is enough said.
So awkward.
My wife. What's up, Heat Nation? Your boy Ernest here. Back with another Miami Heat Talk video. Hope you guys can show some support. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate everyone's support. Now together, let's go on another Miami Heat Talk adventure. No games today. The Miami Heat have the night off. We play tomorrow against the San Antonio Spurs. We got to regroup. We're 500 again, 23-23. We still have a shot to turn this season around. We can still make it out of the play-in tournament. And what a great thing it would be, you guys, if the Miami Heat, without Jimmy Butler, can make it out of the play-in. That is like the biggest middle finger to all this drama. So that's the goal. That's what we need to work for. Because remember, if the Miami Heat make the 2025 playoffs, then they will keep certain draft picks that were lottery protected. If the Heat do not make the playoffs, they will lose their 2026 and their 2028 first round draft picks. Those picks go unprotected to both the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Charlotte Hornets. So the Heat need to make the playoffs. That's the goal this season. How we can do that, though, this youth movement team, in my opinion, is great. Jaime Jaquez is coming back from injury, but I know he's going to get it together. Nikola Jovic is playing great in the front court next to Bam Adebayo and Kel'el Ware. I think them in the front court together brings a different dynamic. I understand that the Miami Heat are currently starting Haywood Highsmith at the small forward, but the optimal lineup, especially in the fourth quarters, should be Kel'el Ware at the 5, Bam at the 4, and Nico at the 3. Now, I know Nico is not as great a defender as Haywood Highsmith, but Kel'el Ware and Bam Adebayo make up for it. What Nico brings that Haywood Highsmith does not bring is the ability to play basically as the point guard. He's also 6'10" out there. It's a tall lineup. It's something that we haven't been used to. So I think having those three guys together in the front court is unbelievable. But you also need some help. We need help in a form of a trade. We need to get Jimmy Butler out of here to get some players that can help us. Or maybe not Jimmy Butler, maybe possibly Terry Rozier, you guys. I know he's going through this whole point shaving investigation. We'll talk about that in another video. But if you can move a certain player, if you can get certain players to help this team out, then I'd be willing. Now, there was a report last night from Hoops Hype, you guys, and I want to get your opinion on the comments. I want to talk about this because it was reported by Hoops Hypes yesterday that the Phoenix Suns and the Miami Heat and other teams have expressed interest in trading for the Atlanta Hawks' Bogdan Bogdanovic. League sources told Hoops Hypes. Now, this is mainly for Phoenix, you guys, because the report after that says, as previously reported on Hoops Hypes 2 days ago, the Suns are exploring pairing Yusuf Nurkic and a future first-round draft pick acquired from Utah to acquire a starting caliber or high-level rotation player on the trade market. Bogdanovic fits that criterion and has been discussed in trade talks involving Nurkic and a future first-round draft pick in a larger potential construct. Lead sources tell hoopshype.com, end quote. So, the Miami Heat and Bogdan Bogdanovic have had mutual interest in the past. We have seen that before. Now, Bogdan is having a down year this season because of injuries. You know, last season, he averaged about 17 points a game, 37% from the three-point line, 3.5 rebounds, 3 assists. This season, he's only played 24 games, 10 points a game, 2.3 rebounds, 2.8 assists. He's averaging a career low 30% from the three-point line. He's making $16 million this season. He has a 3-year contract he's currently on. However, that third year on 26-27 is a team option, which means if the team does not want to keep him, they can release him from that contract and not have to pay him anything. The difference between a team option and a player option is in a player option, the player can opt out. In a team option, the team can opt you out. So it's a huge difference. So why is that important? Because the Miami Heat are looking at cap flexibility after the 2026 offseason. And that would be the final year of the contract where Bogdanovic's contract is fully guaranteed. But I honestly, you guys, think that Bogdanovic would be a better fit in Phoenix Phoenix would need someone like him. Now, Phoenix, they're trying to get Jimmy Butler, but it looks like they're trying to make other moves as well. The trade deadline is in February 6th. We may see a bunch of trades made by then. Do I feel that the Miami Heat can use Bogdan Bogdanovic? They can use him. I just don't see where he would fit in this roster. He's 6'5". He's a shooting guard. He's a shooter. We have that. Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson, in my opinion, actually plays a little bit of a better game than Bogdanovic. And Duncan Robinson would pretty much be the guy that you would have to trade for Bogdan. So I don't really see where that would work. Now, maybe what this rumor is entailing, because what are the two teams that are linked? Phoenix and Miami. Phoenix and Miami have been having conversations about Jimmy Butler. Phoenix wants Jimmy. And we know that this can be a part of a multi-team trade where Phoenix and Miami get multiple teams. So Phoenix can get their guy, Jimmy Butler. Miami doesn't have to take Bradley Beal. And that way we can have some flexibility. Guys, for all you know, maybe Atlanta's in the hunt. Atlanta's a play-in team. They have Trae Young. They're looking to compete. Trae Young is going to be a free agent after the 2026 offseason. Atlanta needs to kind of lure him if he possibly wants to stay. So if you can make a trade, let's say, for example, you guys, remember, like I mentioned in the past, there could be a team in the 11th hour that can just come up and be okay with taking Bradley Beal. If Atlanta's fine with taking Bradley Beal to pair him with Trae Young, and they can involve a multi-team trade where Phoenix gets Bogdan Bogdanovic, Jimmy Butler, Miami gets a few other players as well, that could be a possibility. Or this is where Miami gets Bogdan Bogdanovic as a part of a multi-team trade, maybe someone else as well. We've heard Milwaukee has been in the mix. We've heard that Chicago's been in the mix. This can be a 4 to 5 team multi-team trade. Now, if you're asking me between a straight-up trade between Miami and Atlanta, if Miami should go after Bogdanovic, I don't think so. I don't think we need him. I think what we have is good enough, and a player like that doesn't really move the needle. So the only way I'd be okay with possibly taking him, if this is a part of a multi-team trade where Miami is sending Jimmy Butler out and they're getting Bogdanovic and maybe another player, then I'd be okay with it, because having Duncan Robinson starting as your shooting guard sniper and having Bogdanovic able to come off the bench as another sniper, I think that would be cool, but he's making way too much money to be a player like that. So I want to hear from you, Heat Nation. What do you think of the possibility of trading for Bogdan Bogdanovic? Do you actually think it would be better for this team? Do you think it doesn't move the needle? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We push into 6,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for the continued support. And until next time, your boy Ernest out. And that is enough said. Happy Friday.